Hello. I came over here after work today to work on some of my equipment. I realized we haven't shown the walls with the forms off. These are just propped up. I think they're gonna come get all this nightmare disaster of forms laying everywhere. One day this weekend, they have to get them out and scrape them and let them dry, and then they spray them with a lubricant where the concrete, when they use them next time, doesn't stick. But this is the basement without the form boards. The safe room here. So they made a mistake and put a piece of rebar here that is going to have to come off. Just cut it off, and this is a safe room. And then the rest of the basement is all still flooded with water. They're going to have to pump all this water out, but the camera will focus. Anyway, that's it. They're supposed to come over and waterproof it this weekend. Said probably Saturday. They have like a tar adhesive that they're going to spray on the bottom of all of the concrete that'll come in contact with dirt. As you see, this hill, all this have to be pushed down. Most of this retaining wall will be covered completely. On this side will all be covered in dirt, and then it'll slope away because the floor of the house is way up here. So all this will have to be ramped up and then slope back. Same with that side over there. But I'm going to show you what I had to do on the equipment today. I had to fix a fuel problem on the 550. It was running out of fuel when you would get a good load on it. Filter didn't look very old, but I went ahead and changed it. And then blew out the fuel lines, added some fresh fuel to it. But what all this dirt is I actually was just trying the dozer out, and I basically made them a road through here where they could get their form boards out a lot easier than having to go all the way around the other side, because this was all dirt a minute ago, and this was where I robbed the dirt to build the ramp, excuse me, for the cement trucks, which that actually worked out good. You see a little bit of tracks in them, but that worked out really good. They were able to get to the wall without having to pump trucks. So I just kind of knocked this big ridge down where it gives you access to get in and out of the basement until we can get it backfilled. They're going to waterproof it, as I said, Saturday, and that'll dry for a couple days. I got to run pipe around the bottom of the walls, drainage pipe, and then we'll be able to backfill it. So this ramp that's piled up, we'll just push over it inside of the wall there. Use all that dirt, and a good bit of this dirt too. So one of the problems I was having when I was making that ramp, I was using this John Deere 450B track loader. I was getting a lot of smoke out of the front of the fan was blowing smoke out. You know, normally smoke's obviously supposed to come out here, but it's getting a lot of smoke out of the front. And I took the hood off. The hood's up there right now, but I found this injector it wasn't loose. It was tight, but it wasn't tight enough, I guess, to suit it. I don't know if behind here is like a metal type of a ball that goes inside of this injector, and they usually don't have to be that tight, but this one's probably been vibrating. This thing's 52 years old, so it's all original stuff, so it's probably just worked itself a groove in there or something. I may wind up having to replace this fuel line and possibly that fuel injector. But the reason this tube here is off, this is the return line that comes, the unused fuel that goes through the high injection fuel pump or high pressure injection pump, is it lubes the pump, and then the stuff it doesn't burn, like when you're sitting at idle, gets returned back through these hoses and then returns it back to the tank. Well, this one was original. You can tell that this one's been replaced. That one's been replaced. This was original, and it was cracked and it was dripping as well. Not very bad, but I went ahead and took it off. There it is down there. I'm going to replace that. You're talking maybe 50 cents, and could potentially leak on this hot exhaust and maybe burn this thing down. So we got extinguishers on all the equipment, or I do, but sometimes it's better to fix little problems like that when they arise. So I worked on that, got that figured out, and I'll show you what else I had to do. So the last time I came here, I had to put a new belt on the Bobcat. I got it a little close to this dozer, but I can see. The belt wasn't quite tight enough. I adjusted it how the manual said, but this is an aftermarket belt, cheap belt. It probably needs to be a little bit tighter, so I went ahead and tightened the adjuster up more, and that stopped the belt from squalling. So got that hammered out. And then this is the 550 I was saying that had the fuel problem. Put a new filter on it, blew some air through the lines, flushed the lines out, put some new fuel in it, and it did really good. It's really strong now, but that's where I was just pushing the dirt down. Kind of open this up a little bit where you don't have to walk up and around that ramp. This contraption here, this is my Bobcat, but the concrete wall guy is borrowing it, carrying out the forms, and this is some contraption he made to pick these forms. They're 10-foot tall form boards, which you see leaned up here. He picks them up with the Bobcat and then is able to get them standing straight up where he can get them scraped off and sprayed down with the lube. So I'm letting him use the Bobcat to keep from having to bring his, trying to help him out, whatever it takes to get the job rolling around, rolling a little faster than it has been. So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna pack my tools up and go home, but figured I'd do a short little video of what's going on here, considering we haven't really posted a video since I built that ramp that night. So have a good day.